1 in 3 women and 1 in 5 men will experience depression in their lifetime. Here is just one of many techniques to help you support yourself through these times. Do you ever have moments of clarity or self-reflection where you take a look at yourself and realize, I've fallen back into my depression pit? Like, how did I get here? It sometimes sneaks up on you so slowly that you don't even realize how far you've fallen until you can see the bottom. I used to be like that too, but years ago now, because I've learned certain techniques and skills that have allowed me to notice and take heed of the warning signs that are there so that I can catch myself before I fall in too far. But first, if you are new to my channel, my name is Harriet and I'm a licensed therapist and life coach, and I love all things self-development and life improvement. I mean, red flags, green flags, beige flags, it's beyond me, but we talk about those on the daily in reference to our relationships and other people. And essentially all I started doing was recognizing my own red flags in context with my own mental well-being. And the thing with this is that it's entirely subjective. I mean, as much as your parents and partner and best friends love you, they won't necessarily see the red flags until it's either gone too far or you're far enough down the road that it's going to be hard to come back. An example of this would be if when you're stressed or distressed, you eat too much or eat too little. Like, you're going to know that about yourself and you're going to notice that, but your friends and family won't notice that until it started to show on your body, which will be a few weeks down the line. So to tackle this and to start incorporating it into your well-being routine, make a list or journal or mentally be aware of what your red flags are. These could be diet, or that your skincare regimen slips, or that you don't keep up with your housework or social commitments, or your sleep starts to suffer, or it could be that your screen time goes up. That's a really big one that I notice as a common thread through so many of my clients. Then what I encourage all my clients to do is to arrange a weekly check-in with themselves. So you could do this in your head, you could write it down in a journal, or you could talk out loud to yourself in your car, which is what I do on the way to work every Friday. It's part of my routine. However you show up for yourself is fine. So maybe start focusing on the questions of, how is my week? Am I actually okay? Have I been doing things that light me up? Have I been prioritizing the things that make me happy? What's dragged me down this week? What's lifted me up? Because these are the questions that are going to start the juices flowing and encourage you to reflect on whether something has tripped you up or if you do feel a bit dejected or down. Because what should start happening is if you incorporate this into your weekly routine, you'll catch yourself. And if there are signs of well-being deterioration or neglect, you'll spot them before they become a problem. Because if a week is particularly stressful, or if you're going through something, your self-care needs to increase, it needs to adjust and adapt. And we don't always recognize that or fulfill that need unless we're doing the check-ins. Okay, editing Harriet here. I just wanted to add that I'm clearly not talking about people who have been through a bereavement or a severe upheaval in their life. Like, this is more aimed at that gradual build-up of things that start irking you and start gradually bringing you down. Not massive life events, you know, those are unavoidable, and however you show up then is totally fine. I mean, mine is sugar consumption and screen time. I'm usually really good for screen time, so if I look back on the week and realise that it's doubled, or I've been spending far too much time staring at my phone or my iPad or a TV, then surprise, surprise, my mood is going to take a hit, my sleep's going to suffer. You know, it's not surprising, but sometimes we'll leave it weeks before we actually reflect or stop and think, is this healthy? Is this helpful? Is this beneficial in any way? It's kind of like when you realise you're not feeling yourself, you know, you're like, oh, I don't know what's going on with me, but I'm a bit out of sorts, or I'm being a bit snappy with people. It's having that self-awareness to think, what's changed this week? Have I been exhibiting signs of not taking care of myself or doing all of the wrong things, like staring at your phone or eating enough sugar to kill a horse? You know, surprise, surprise, again, you're not going to feel yourself. Although, happily, we have green flags too. My client pointed this out to me and I absolutely loved it. And I told her, I was like, I'm stealing that immediately. It's that we all have things that we do when we are feeling our best selves, right? You know, when you're really feeling good about yourself, life is going well, and there are things that we do that we only do then. So it could be whistling while you work. It could be singing in the shower. It could be that you get a sudden drive to decorate or paint your house, or it could be that you more readily accept compliments, or your positive self-talk is more apparent. You know, there are all these different things. And again, they're entirely subjective, but we never think about that. So, you know, do me and yourself a favour and start to notice those green flags too. Start to notice when you are whistling while you work. Start to notice when you have got a bigger smile on your face and you are taking better care of yourself, because that recognition of, oh, things are going well. One, what's going well? But two, I've been taking better care of myself, and look, there's a knock-on effect where everything else feels easier and more in flow. Like, we have to notice these things to encourage the behaviour. If you have found this at all helpful, then please do subscribe. It would help my channel, and I'm still very fresh and green and wet behind the ears and all these horrible expressions. So it would mean a lot to me. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.